Captain Michael "Mike" Riley was a U.S. Army Ranger deployed to Afghanistan in 2012. Before leaving Fort Benning, he sat down one night and wrote a letter to his wife Emily. He sealed it, wrote "Only open if I don't come home" on the envelope, and left it in his footlocker. Inside, he wrote, If you're reading this, I didn't make it back. You're still young, you deserve to be happy, to laugh again, to build a life. I give you my blessing to marry again one day. Just raise our little Grace to know her daddy loved her more than anything. All my love forever. Mike. 2 months later, a chaplain and 2 soldiers in dress blues knocked on Emily's door in Columbus, Georgia. Mike had stepped on an IED while carrying a wounded Afghan interpreter to safety. He didn't make it. Emily read the letter alone in their bedroom that night. She cried until there were no tears left, then folded it carefully and put it back in the envelope. She never remarried. I can't, she told her sister. He gave me permission, but my heart never asked for it. Emily raised Grace on her own. She worked double shifts as a nurse, went to every school play, every soccer game. Grace grew up hearing stories about the daddy she barely remembered, the man who used to sing Sweet Caroline off key and promised he'd teach her to fish when he got home. Years passed, Emily's hair turned silver. Grace became a pediatric resident in Atlanta. Emily, now in her late 50s, lived quietly in the same little house, keeping Mike's flag folded on the mantel. One spring afternoon in 2025, there was a knock at the door. Emily opened it to find a tall young man in army dress blues, early 30s, dark hair, familiar green eyes that looked just like Mike's. "Ma'am, are you Mrs. Emily Riley, Captain Michael Riley's wife?" "Yes, who are you, son?" He stepped inside, removed his cover and said, "My name is Staff Sergeant David Khan, ma'am. In 2012, I was a 16-year-old Afghan interpreter working with 75th Ranger Regiment. Your husband found me wounded after an ambush. He carried me 3 kilometers through fire to the medevac bird. He saved my life. Before he went back out on that last patrol, he pulled me aside and said, 'David, if anything happens to me, find my wife Emily and my daughter Grace in Georgia. Tell them I adopted you as my son that day. Take care of them like I would.'" Emily's knees buckled. David caught her. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a worn, folded piece of paper, Mike's handwriting. "He wrote this for me the night before he died, told me to keep it until I could deliver it in person." Emily read it through tears. "David, your family now. If I don't come home, be the son I'd have been proud to raise. Watch over Em and Grace for me." Mike. David stayed. He moved to Georgia, helped Grace finish med school, walked her down the aisle when she got married, fixed the leaky roof on Emily's house, mowed the lawn every Saturday. When Emily's health began to fail years later, David sat by her hospital bed, holding her hand. She smiled weakly and whispered, "Mike gave me permission to let go and live, but I waited for you instead, and you came." David squeezed her hand. "Ma'am, loyalty always finds its way home." Emily closed her eyes and said, "Tell Mike his girl kept her promise, and he kept his."